First of all, I can't say enough good things about working with Eric at Stop Utah Foreclosure. When we no longer had the ability to pay our mortgage and had been turned down for loan modifications, we started the short sale process with Eric and his company. We didn't want a foreclosure on our record to always haunt us. We also had a pretty challenging situation with 2 mortgages and the trustee sale date coming very soon. Eric was able to put the foreclosure date on hold. He negotiated with our first and second lenders on our behalf. Eric always kept us in the loop throughout the entire process. The stress of a looming foreclosure is now gone, and we are able to get on with our lives. And I must admit, it feels great to know that a new family owns our house instead of the bank.
Alright, so we were going through some hard times and we had to worry about a foreclosure on top of everything else. And knowing that these things are becoming more common, they're streamlining them and they're getting them into auction faster, and it made me more worried. We had to make sure that our credit was established to make sure that we can get into a new home without ruining it even further. And we were a month away from the auction, and it was just horrible to think about all the things that could have gone wrong, but we found Eric in time. If I didn't get his mailer, I would never have known to contact him. We spent tons of money on lawyers and people who just give us the runaround and false promises and drained our bank accounts and put us into a further hole. So we had to make sure that we got this turnaround, and Eric did so. He took us from just suffering to lifting us up out of that dark pit and put us on a new path in life, and I thank God for that. Without him, who knows what would have happened. So basically, a month from foreclosure, he took us and he did the negotiating with the bank and made it a short sale. So we were able to sell our home and help our credit instead of damage it for years, and we were able to get out of the situation in the best way possible. So I have to say thank you, Eric, and I highly recommend you to everybody else, and without your help, I don't even want to think about where we would have been as a family.
Eric Arredondo from Stop Utah Foreclosure was there to provide honest help after the banks had abandoned us and put our home up for public auction. I was having trouble making the mortgage payments, and I met Eric one day. He came to my door, and before we met, I had spent $5,000 with a company that said they could provide loan modification, and they ended up taking my money and providing me with nothing. Eric said he could buy back my home by negotiating a short sale with the bank. I was skeptical and concerned not only about how the process works, but I needed to save my credit, and I have a large family who depends on my income. But Eric's team answered all my questions. They updated me throughout the process, and the really nice part was I never had to be inconvenienced or inconvenience my family by hosting open houses and having lots of realtors walking through my house. Overall, you can trust their word. They're straightforward, they're clear, knowledgeable. Believe me when I say you do not want any pansies negotiating with these banks. They are totally heartless, and I'm not suggesting this is a painless process. It does hurt, but Eric and his people took charge of the short sale, and at least I had a sense that they felt the loss right along with me. So I'm very thankful that Eric knocked on my door that day, and I appreciate everything you've done for me.
These are just a handful of the people that we've helped by stopping their foreclosure, saving them the embarrassment of being evicted from their home, and more importantly, saving their credit. If you have exhausted all your options and are facing a looming foreclosure and an eviction from your home, get in touch with me. Find out if I'm able to help you in your particular situation. Remember, there is no charge for our services. We will never ask you for any money when working with us. Give us a call and see if we're able to help you too.